Welcome back to the channel, guys. Somehow, we're 14 weeks out. The years of peer pressure, in years of watching you go through the process is time.
I feel like it's that part where you need to now dial back to the conversation we had in, I think it was one of your prep episodes.
It would have been a prep episode.
Where it was like, oh, I'll convince you one day, and I'm going, nah, I'm not having it. But yeah.
Here we are, 2 or 3 years later. 2.5 years.
God, yes.
It'll be 2.5 years later. So, mega excited for this, guys. This is more meaningful than just a coach and client relationship. This is like 6-7 years worth of like collective training together and watching you go through the process of dieting, getting stronger, and just, it's going to be awesome to bring it full circle.
It is just about everything we've had for the last, is it really 5 or 6 years now?
Yeah, I worked out the other day, which is mental.
All of the hours, all of the effort, all of the killing each other off in sessions, everything. It kind of leads down to this.
And it's like I put in the post I did for your start of your prep. It's always been the intention. Like every set we've come in for has always been like, right, don't miss this set. Like the intention's always been there. Now it's just confirmed. That's I think the only difference is it's just locked in.
Yeah, when you look at how we train, how everything sits, as you say, it's always been how you would deal with it if we were heading that 100%. Way. Even though I was convinced we weren't. It's always been there, and as you say, now it's just time to pull that trigger.
And I mean, I can't speak for you, but I feel like you found this one more enjoyable and second easier than you thought maybe initially anyway?
At the minute, 100%.
Yeah.
The last 6 weeks have just been complete smooth sailing, finding that extra gear of really locking in, really committing to the process.
And I think that says a lot though about how you've lived for the past 6, 7, 8 years. Like if it doesn't feel that new, it's what you've been doing. And today's session, guys, we're going to be running you through a little bit about what we're doing this week at around 14 weeks out. We're on that kind of like bridge phase now between like cruising and just about to officially start the prep. So we're going to run you through a little bit about what we're doing in training this week, how we're structuring the prep, and obviously we're going to do one of these closer to the show anyway, so it'll be good to document it from the start of the process all the way up until show day.
The prep-isode
Pick-isode.
Pick-isode. Two, piece of piss. 2.5, suddenly just changes things. You're like,
It doesn't calculate, does it?
Mate, it's just like, how? How is that physically possible?
Let's get to it. 1 set. Make every rep count. Yes. Good. Let's go. Yep, one more. Make this yours. Yep, and again. Drive through. Yep, that's you. Lovely job. 9 or 10?
9.
Yes, that was 5 key up on the back off set, right? Because I'm sure you got 9
5
reps.
kilos up from the back off, but 5 kilos down from the top set.
Wicked. Go for it.
2.
Your weight, let's go. Power now. Good. Yep. Lock it out. Yep,
Go.
shoot. Lovely. Lovely job. Ooh. So in terms of background, guys, I believe we finished the off season 7 to 8 weeks ago, around like 108s, 109s.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like finishing off season weight. Obviously from then till now, we dropped down to a cruise phase, obviously preparing things ready for the prep. And during this phase, we've almost used it as like, just a bit of a holding phase. And although I call it a holding phase, we've still edged forward when it comes to condition, because you'll see at the end of this video posing, this is an extremely good starting point. Like considering we are on basically TRT right now, where running a base of food, we've kind of pushed and pulled between like high and low days, structuring high days around leg days, etc., which has allowed us to maintain training performance on push days and also, well, most of the majority of push days and also majority leg days. So that's allowed us to just slowly edged forward on condition, so we're starting the prep from a better position, but not sacrificed any training performance in the process of that. So we're now starting the prep around, what was you this week? 105.2?
105.2.
105.2, bang on. So yeah, we're starting in a really good position. Not a ton of weight lost in between the off season to the cruise, which to me just says well managed.
Well, I think I'm almost certain it was within the last 6 weeks. It's gone from the 107s to 105, so it's 2 kilos that's come off. But the visual 105 is what speaks for itself.
Night and day difference, yeah. And what was our weight for the shoot prep? Do you remember off the top of your head?
That was 102.
Yeah, I wanted to say 102. So we'll put some pictures up here on the screen, guys. Now, you'll get to see today the condition difference at 105 to 102 is massive. And even just like little things like detailing the legs now, like definitely goes to show just merit in getting lean, reversing, because every time you run that process, you see slightly more detail. So that's one thing we've seen coming down this time is like we've barely scratched the surface in terms of actually pushing, but what we've seen in terms of visual changes and adjustments has been huge.
Yeah.
So
see how much further. In the scribblings, if you can read the fucking hieroglyphs, 26.25 on the Monday was 13.01. Then we did it on Friday, and that was fucking 18 reps, wasn't it?
Take the same.
So what? Same weight?
Same weight, just refine it and even get cleaner 18. That's all we're on for. It was so short. I mean, that session's like the longest anyway.
I feel like it's like, one set.
Is that it?
Is that it? Where's the rest of it?
This session only, I might have to allow an extra couple of sets of lateral raises.
Just to get
extra fist pumps.
Oh, it's a D-volume week, apart from delts.
Apart from lats, many as you want. As you said, one set, let's make it count. Smooth. Good. Good. Yeah. Perfect focus, keep it there. Good, again. So yeah, now we're essentially starting the prep in a position where we pulled off a layer of body fat. Physically, we're fresh from an androgen standpoint, so when things are reintroduced next week, we've got the confirmation that we've run that hell phase, everything's good and everything's been checked. And yeah, we're going to be starting from a really responsive position. So the aim of the game this week is we pulled all fat burners just to take a little bit of stress off the nervous system. We've increased food up a little bit to just allow for a real reset point when it comes to just overall nutrients and overall position starting point when it comes to composition. And running a D-volume week in the gym where we're literally doing one working set on majority of compounds, couple of other exercises like lateral raises, triceps, chest flies. We'll put in a couple of additional sets as it's not going to obviously generate as much, I hate the word, fatigue as these compound movements will. But again, it's going to leave us in a position next week when we start the prep. Everything's fresh, everything's ready to go, and we're just going to get the best response possible.
Still rocking it. Still delightful.
You know what's funny? Those look like the most fresh wraps, even though they've probably just been used and abused for so many years.
That's it, they've just, yeah. Keep getting flashbacks of his certified precision coaching tip. Get yourself a pair of headphones, a bit of Doja Cat.
Progressions.
If there's one tip I can give anyone watching this to increase reps or load in your training, Spotify, headphones, Doja, and then thank me later.
Certified Callum Precision Coaching tip, Doja Cat.
Yeah, I think 26 for many reps possible, then we'll go down again from there. One more. Right. Let's go. Yeah, lovely set. Would you say there's anything about the process so far that's like surprised you?
When we did that holiday cut,
Yep.
that sort of laid everything up in how this process was going to be.
Yeah, understand. Yeah.
And as you said earlier, everything we do and have done is all based around this anyway. So there isn't anything that's come as a complete shock or a surprise, because it's everything we've already been doing.
Yeah, 100%.
The only thing that has surprised me more is fully committing to it and saying, that's it. There's that new level that comes with prep and going, every single thing, little thing counts, everything. And it's all about just ticking those boxes, hour by hour, day by day. Steps, food, training, posing, just religiously ticking them off.
One at a time.
Just feels so productive.
Yeah, 100%. And I'd even say, like, I've definitely seen a shift in how calm you come into the sessions. Like, you come in ready to go, you feel calm. And I feel like part of that is, you know, when you've done everything you need to do, you're kind of like, I'm ready to get to work. Like, you're not coming into the session thinking, I've got this much sleep, or I'm not eating this meal. You've done everything to the T, so you're coming in really, really relaxed.
Because life has been able to dictate that I've been able to do that.
Yeah.
Sleep is regular. My lifestyle is regular. My meals go in at the same time every day without fail. There is nothing I've left. And what I don't want, I can deal with getting to stage if I don't place a medal, if I don't gain anything else other than to have gone through the process. What I want to know is that I've got to there having done absolutely everything that you've instructed to do and put everything into it. I can deal with not having a physique. There'll always be a bigger guy on stage. There will always be somebody to beat. You're never just going to be a smooth win. But what I don't want to do is get to that stage and think, I missed that day. Or I didn't hit steps on that day. Even as little as that. I'm not leaving anything unturned.
100%. Yeah. No, it makes 100%. I think it's the best and most productive mentality to have for it. So one thing that's going to be nicer about prepping a taller guy, not just height, but also like more tissue, is a more complex process. Like, there's less wiggle room for error, in my opinion, when it comes to the variables considered, especially based on the fact that, like, us taller guys, if we run flat for too long, what that can cost in terms of like looking stringy just is not worth the trade-off. So nice for me to prep you in the sense of the way that I run my own process is going to be very similar to the way that I apply them to you, in the sense of like making sure that the end look is considered, not just a case of like the week-to-week look. It's thinking about the bigger game and the bigger picture when it comes to someone with more muscle and that's taller.
Prepping a female.
Bikini girl calories. 1,000 calories incoming. No disrespect to my bikini girls.
No.
Good. I've got a mini game for us to play. So I want you to select 2 body parts you think are going to be like your standout best body parts when you're inside out.
Oh, mate.
Because I've got my 2, I want to see what you think.
Delts and quads.
Got one of them right. I'm going to say triceps. I think your triceps from the rear in the rear lat spread are going to look thick as fuck. I also think in the side tricep, that's where they're going to hang. I think that's really going to be noticeable and stand out difference to whoever's next on stage, and the quad sweep. So I agree on the quad sweep. I think that in the front relaxed and front lat is going to look wild with just a fucking crazy sweep. You know what to expect. Like, you're not novice to the game. Like, even though you're a first timer, like, I know you've got a very good expectation of like what's to come. And it's quite nice for me because I'm not having to like, not babysit you, but when I work with a lot of first timers, it's a very different setup to what this is. And we used to joke on the pendulum about signing a contract if we don't get back up. It's kind of like that. I feel like when we committed to it, you're like, right, sign a contract, I'm all in. It's just knowing what's expected.
There was no way. And again, as much as it's my thing, for that accountability again, the one phrase that sits in my mind is you were like, There's no going back.
Yeah.
And that in itself, that one phrase, and there's been little things along the way. That one session I was training, it was legs, and we was messaging, and you went, stop messaging me, you got a competition to train for.
Yeah.
And it's those little things
Yeah.
that just make that difference. But it was.
Yeah.
I signed a contract to commit. There's only one way to go with it.
All in.
No backing out.
In the jar forever.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's go. Last one. Yep.
That is natty, isn't it?
100% natty.
A little bit of a different visual than the last time we were filming.
Yeah, big time. How long would you say you trained for, like as a whole?
I mean, probably that's part of 10 years, if not over.
10 years. And then when we did that shoot prep, how rewarding was it to go through that where you was like, I've never ever seen my physique like this?
Yeah, that was probably the pinnacle of it all, because even that comment of James in there, that time when you fell about laughing, because he made a joke about how I'd been on a bulk for 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Because I'd never, ever, ever committed to a health phase and a cut. Never. But what I gained out of that was the affirmation that A, it was worth something, and B, was then the push to go, maybe I wouldn't be totally lost on stage, which has kind of spurred this on really.
And I always find it just unlocks a new level, doesn't it? Like when you go to that place where you're like, where you're pushing and you're working hard and you're testing what you can actually physically commit to, it just unlocks a new level.
Yeah, it's a completely different phase, brings entirely different results, and although, as you said before, the intent is almost the same, you treat it exactly the same as we do any other time. Training is paramount, diet is paramount, everything is exactly the same, but it brings an entirely different result.
100%. And the point I'm getting at is I think there's so many people that train for so long and never ever pull the trigger on like a proper diet or a shoot, and I think if you just go for it, you'll actually surprise yourself in one, the new levels that it unlocks, and second, like how, like you said, how worth it is that time invested.
And genuinely, it's one of those, the only way you can find out is by doing it. You're a big guy, without telling me you're a big guy.
Here's when he just does 20 reps. Yeah, last feeler.
You might be big, but I'm stronger.
Clean, mate, clean. Good. Wicked. Front double bicep. Yeah, wicked. Yeah, wellness. Mega got a reference.
What did you
I
say?
said wellness repose. Yeah, that's wicked. And then hands on hips, transition. Yeah.
It's bringing almost an entirely different look already.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're halfway through the time it took for that cut.
Yeah.
So it was a 12-week cut, and we're 6 weeks into prep. The look is entirely different.
100%. I think I even spoke about this the other day on a different episode. Like, I think people say that when they prep, they get worried about like losing muscle or losing strength. I'd argue that majority of people, when they prep, get better through 80% of it because your sleep's more on point, your diet's more on point. Like everything's so meticulous that you end up making more progress in that phase because you're doing more and your intention's more driven towards the outcome than it is in other phases potentially.
Where you may at any other point slip off and go, oh, I've done 7,500 steps.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got 5 hours of sleep a night. When you're starting to misalign those things, although they may seem menial at the time, and like, it's only 2,500 steps, but then combined with the lack of sleep, combined with perhaps maybe a meal that wasn't quite measured out right, or something,
100%.
the three elements then add up to a big deficit in that program.
100%.
And slowly, those small deficits grow and grow and grow.
And the thing is most people can get away with it when you've got like more food in the mix. Like when you've got more calories, you can get away with a little bit less sleep. But whereas when that food's starting to come down and you've got less tools to play with, that's your opportunity to be like, right, I can't miss on the sleep now, I can't miss on the gram of food. All that stuff starts to matter more when you've got less tools to play with.